I've had a lot of hours of sleep since the appointment. So I have just enough energy to do this, and then I'm going back to sleep till tomorrow. May already be tomorrow, I don't know, but what was I gonna say? Hope is everything. You know, if you don't have hope that it can get better, if you don't have a hope that the pain might get better, if you don't have hope that the symptoms might ease and you might get a life again. And we lose people all the time in this community. We just lost someone else who was very well known in this community the day before I left on this trip. This is a really hard life. A really hard life to lead. Because it isn't much of one. I mostly just show you videos of me when I'm at my best. 8 minutes here, 4 minutes there, maybe 15 minutes here or there, over a day or a couple days. A lot of hours left out of that, of screaming and crying and ouch, and shivering and shaking and trembling and confusion. And not sleeping and sleeping too much and never feeling rested. I feel like I haven't slept in 5 years. I'm quite serious. I literally feel like I haven't slept in 5 years. I close my eyes and I wait for sleep to come. And eventually I open my eyes and time will have passed and I don't feel like I've slept during that time. But I know I slept. I know I slept only because you can only go so many days without sleeping and not lose your mind. So I'm not crazy. I'm not completely insane after 5 years. So I must be sleeping. But all evidence to the contrary. What was my point? Where was I going with this? It's hope. My point is it's hope. People die from chronic fatigue syndrome. It's not a nothing illness. It's not a, oh, I'm sorry you don't feel well. I'm sorry you're tired all the time. I'm sorry you have pain, but you can live with it. People die from it. They die from complications. Their body wears out. They deteriorate. I don't want that to happen. And I'm doing everything I can to make sure that it doesn't in my limited capacity. But more than that, the #1 way that people die with chronic fatigue syndrome the #1 way that people die from chronic fatigue syndrome is by suicide. Because it's just too hard. It's too painful. There's no hope. There's no help. There's no doctors who can help you. There's no hospitals that can treat you. So many doctors treat you like you're crazy. Emergency room doctors who roll their eyes at you when you tell them what your diagnoses are and ask for help. And nurses who knock you around with your sensitive skin and yell in your ear with your sound sensitivity after you've passed out and let you fall out of wheelchairs. list is endless as to reasons, specific instances of abuse. And the thing is, a lot of people are very well-meaning. They think they're doing the right thing. They think they're trying to help. They think that they're helping. They think they're giving you the right advice. But they're sending people down the wrong path by telling them it's in their head. Go see a psychiatrist, go to a counselor, it's not real. They're completely dismissing the patient. They're completely negating their pain, their misery, their sorrow. No one would choose this life. No one would choose this path. No one would choose to stay this way if there were any way to get better. If seeing a psychiatrist, seeing a counselor would make this better, we'd all do it in a heartbeat. We've tried. I've tried. I've done everything they told me to do to try to get better. I didn't care if I thought they were wrong. I didn't care if there was no evidence for it. I didn't care if it didn't make sense. I didn't care what the answer was. I just wanted an answer. I just wanted to get well. I didn't care if it made me feel bad to get that answer. I just wanted something to work. So I tried everything, no matter the pain. Medications, chronic behavioral therapy classes, counseling, everything. Oh my God, every diet, every diet. Everything. I finally have doctors to turn to. That understand this is biological, this is viral, that this is real. They're out of network. There's a lot of money going to be spent. I'm going to be asking for a lot of help. I lost people before I got sick. And I thought it was selfish, just like other people think that. Now I understand. I know that it leaves a lot of people in pain. That someone isn't taking their life, going against every human instinct, and ending their life early because it's the easy way out. It's because they just simply are at their wits' end. They don't see any other way. They can't take it anymore. It's too much. It's unbearable. It's unbearable. It's unrelenting pain everywhere. Every time I go to a doctor, including today, they always ask, "Where do you feel the pain?" Where do you feel the pain? A faster question would be, where don't I feel the pain? Nowhere. I feel the pain everywhere. Name a body part. Name a body part. Yes, I feel pain there all the time. All the time. I am struggling to not cry out in pain so that I don't make other people uncomfortable, so that I'm not alone and isolated more than I already am, because people don't like to be around it. Who wants to be around someone crying and screaming all the time? I don't want to be around someone crying and screaming all the time. I don't want to be around me crying and screaming all the time. Why would anyone else want to be around that? It's no fun. It's just a natural reaction to avoid that. I understand that. I don't like to hear the sound of my own voice whining. I was talking with James this morning. I had been in constant sensory overload and pain, more so than I've been since I've been in the emergency room the last time. For a day and a half when he walked in. And he came into the hotel room and he laid down next to me on the bed. And I looked at him and I just started crying. And of course I wanted, the first thing I did to be to smile and say hi and welcome and thank you for coming down here for me. But all I could do was start sobbing. Because I'd been in pain for a day and a half. Constant, unrelenting pain from every corner. Sight and sound and body and mind. Every level of pain you can imagine. And he was really good about it. We're going to do tests in the morning before we fly out. He said he wanted to put me in a study. He wanted to put me in a chronic fatigue syndrome study and study my brain. I made a little joke. I said, "Are you sure you want my brain? It's not very good anymore." Anyway.
I think it's on.